Il Posto, this kid's gonna get a job. Il Posto, he's really not a slob. His name's Dominico, he's real cool. He's getting a job and he ain't even finished school. Il Posto, little does he know his job's gonna suck for the rest of his life. That's the longest song I've written so far. Hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection reviewer guy of all sorts of places and peoples and things and jobs and tests and squats and other things. Number 194, Hermano Olmi's Il Posto. Oh man, oh man, oh man! This one not a bad one. A little weird at times, but still not a bad movie. Let's see what stats. 1961, 93 minutes, black and white, Italian. Yeah, let's talk about this one real quick. So it's about this young boy or man called Domenico who lives with his family, and he goes off to this test, and he's gonna get a job, and he like with all these other applicants, they go through these crazy physical tests and all to be I guess all to be like typists and things like that, for like just other jobs and stuff like that. It's like things that don't really require all these like physical strength things, and like aptitude tests and all that. And so yeah, so he while he's there, he meets a young girl named Antonietta, who they kind of fall for each other, and so they have like lunch together and they escape, and then they run back and take the rest of the tests, and so they go back, and it's revealed that Antonietta gets a job as a typist straight away, and for Domenico, the job that he wanted, there's no openings at the time, so he is forced into being like a letter carrier or something like that, or like some kind of like back room secretary kind of thing, a typist, but like in like with like all these other people, like a copyist. I think it was kind of hard to understand like what his job was actually, but it was like one of those like back room like office things where everybody's like the boss sits at the front and all the other people like sit in desks like this and all that. So yeah, and so like he sits there and he's like and I think it shows like different other people like their vignettes, and shows how like sad and miserable their other lives are. And so Domenico like kind of like falls out with Antonietta sort of, because he realizes that he doesn't get to see her as often, even though she's still really interested in him. But he kind of just says, he realizes that it's not going to work out, even though although later in the last like half hour of the film revolves around she invites him to this party that the company is her company is putting on. So he shows up and like nobody's there. There's like a couple people there, like some older people, and he ends up talking to them for a little bit, and then she never shows up though. She said she would come and she never does, and so he ends up dancing with this older woman and getting drunk and having fun with everybody else, and he actually just actually has actual fun. And the next day he goes to work and he finds out that somebody somebody actually is left, and it's not really revealed how, but it's assumed that he died, or he killed himself rather. He died in some way, but he probably killed himself. So yeah, so they're emptying out his desk, and Domenico comes to take the desk out, and the guy in the back, this old guy in the back, complains to the boss and says, "Look, I've been here for however many years, and I want that desk before him, because it's all about seniority." And so the boss says, "Domenico, you go in the back." And so he's shoved in the back, and he's got this really bad light that harms his eyes and all that, because the back is kind of dark. And so he's like trying to move the light around, and they put his stuff up, and the dead guy's stuff up, and Domenico realizes just the last shot is just him looking at his desk and looking up and realizing that this is it. This is kind of his life, And a lot of the subtext is revealed in the interview with Olmi in this. You get a lot of the feel for the context of the film. It's basically just it's I guess a subtle satire on the on the way like Italian jobs are structured, the corporate side of it all, like, you know, all the testing that they put you through, and like, you know, losing a sense of identity, like especially when you're shoved into this back room where basically nobody knows you, you know, like, in fact, I don't even know if, I'm not sure if anybody's given a name in that room. We just see faces. I don't remember. I'm probably wrong. A lot of the scenes move very quickly, and so it's very hard to tell like the chronology of the story and all that. But more on chronology in a minute. So yeah, that's basically Il Posto. It's an interesting story. Olmi, I like that Olmi doesn't have a. There's not really a real traditional soundtrack. Basically, it's like The Office, so like a show like The Office or Parks and Recreation, where the soundtrack is basically what's happening around. You know, like if there's music, it's because it's coming from a radio or bands playing it or something like that. It's not music for music's sake. I mean, the last thing you hear in the last soundtrack is like this machine that like is like a curling like this. I think it's like a printer press or something like that, and it's really like mechanical, and it goes throughout the whole credits. And I think that's like, I mean, if anything, that's your bit of soundtrack really. And I think it's supposed to signify the, you know, the way that, you know, it's just basically welcome to the machine, as Pink Floyd once sang. So yeah, that's about it. So that's all I'm gonna say. It's a good film, not a bad film at all. Will I get it? Maybe, not bad. I mean, the relationship between Domenico and Antonietta was pretty fun to watch, and yeah, and I'd like to pick up all the other things, so I might get this one. It's not bad, not a bad film. I'll give it an A minus. Not bad, not great, not like there are just a couple aspects that really just didn't hit home for me. So, but other than that, not a bad film. A minus. Really fun to watch. Let's see. What are supplements? Rare. There's a deleted scene that's about, I don't know what it's about. It's like some like goldfish that drowns. I don't know. And Domenico's like taking this guy's goldfish out. I don't know. Reflecting Reality, which is an interview with Olmi, who is still with us to this day, actually, and one of his collaborators, Tullio Kezic, and they talk about, you know, Il Posto, and basically Olmi just gives a lot of background about the film, and it's a really interesting and really informative interview. Not one of the best I've seen, you know, that Criterion has done. You know, I think Olmi is a really good interviewer and director, and just all around cool guy, you know, kind of like Truffaut, you know, except because he's still with us, you know, we can get a lot more from him, you know. And then there's a short film movie kind of thing called La Cota, which was made in '67 that Olmi did, and it was made for TV, but I don't know if it was ever shown. And yeah, so it's the short. It's Lakota is translated to The Crush, and it's about this kid who reminds me a lot of Michael Caine from Alfie. He looks a lot, and he looks like him, and he narrates to the camera in the beginning, and like there's like a lot of shots of him flirting with girls and all that. And he's kind of a big flirt, and he ends up falling in love for the first time, and like when he loses his love and how he goes about, you know, it's basically about this kid's first love, you know. And it's, as far as the chronology is, it's very hard to follow this one because there's a lot of flashbacks. And I'm wondering if that's a commentary on how love is. I mean, when you fall in love, like all the memories like stay with you, and like they rush by you, especially like toward the breakup, you know. It's like everything just like you're trained to remember all the good times, you know, and it's like you don't want to remember those good times because you're just so sad, you know. So yeah, that's Lakota. It's not as interesting as Il Posto. I thought Il Posto was a lot better. But yeah, then there's a restoration demonstration because Criterion likes to show off every once in a while. And the trailer, and that's it. So, Il Posto, A minus, pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for me for now. I have decided that tonight is a Olmiapalooza. Coming up later tonight, I will upload my review to. I will do an upload review to Ifidazanti number 195. Because originally my plan was, originally I was thinking about whether or not I was going to do it next Wednesday, or I was originally going to actually do this tomorrow, do Ifidazanti tomorrow. But it's so short. It's only 77 minutes, and there's just a 19-minute interview with Olmi and Kejish, kind of a continuation from Il Posto. And so, I've got plenty of time right now. I can do it. We're going to have a double feature. A Thursday double feature. Not too rare. Or, yeah, pretty rare. Anyway, that's it from me for now, of course. Thanks for watching, and morals. Don't get caught in a dead-end job. That's obvious. And don't run on the grass. Yeah, don't run on the grass. That guy's like, don't run on the grass. There's a path right there. Yeah. And don't steal your brother's book strap. Yeah, don't kill yourself. I don't know about these morals anymore. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to try and train you guys or teach you guys the ways of life. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later tonight for Fidanzati. Alright. That's it, and for now, and until later, goodbye.